But we're going to go to the next big topic of the night that is trending. Tim Pool loses it on Candace. Come on, I gave you the double whammy of the honky crash outs.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Nora, I got to do this. I have to give you air horns. I've never heard you say honky before. I'm rubbing off on you. I'm rubbing off on a lot of people on the new party. People becoming apolitical.
Yes. I've gone more from the right to the center. No, but I will never go to your side, Kim. Sorry. Well, you're not even on that side. Kim doesn't even like that side.
Well, what side? What are we talking about?
The Democrat side. But that's
no.
for another night. Kim,
the
she doesn't even want to go to that side. But anyways, Tim Pool is associated with a lot of conservative commentators, but he now is distancing himself, made it very clear he's not a conservative. And let me play this crash out of the year. This is definitely it. This is him crashing out on Candace.
Owens is a fucking evil scumbag. She is a degenerate cunt.
What the heck?
She is burning everything down, and she's gloating and smiling while she does it. And you know what you fucking told me? She has no security. She doesn't fucking deal with the shit we have to deal with. She's a piece of shit. She's making everyone else suffer. And all of these fucking conservatives out there that send me these fucking messages have no fucking balls to call her out. More and more people have started doing it. They send me these fucking messages. Good for you, Tim. Good for you, Tim. I wasn't the first person to do it. I'm not going to take credit for that. But don't fucking DM me like I did something for you as you cower, as you fucking cower, scared that she'll put you on her thumbnail and claim you benefited from Charlie Kirk's assassination, which he's doing to me right fucking now.
Yeah, that was the...
I'm fucking done with these people.
She has security, just not on the level of you.
Oh, yeah, the one fat guy you mentioned with no wall and no barrier in a suburban neighborhood with neighbors. She doesn't give two fucking shits. No one's out for her. She's lying about all of this. You told me you went to her house and she's got a 4-foot wall and one fat guy, and she doesn't give a shit about her security. Meanwhile, I get bullets fired at my fucking property, and I have to go live in the middle of nowhere. And I got fucking strangers coming up to my house in Maryland, breaking in. I got people showing up and beating up the residents who try to live there. How the fuck am I even supposed to sell this property? And you know, it's all lies. It's all hypocrisy, and it is for the purpose of making money. And she does not live the way other people live. And she claims she liked Charlie, she loved Charlie, and she is burning everything down that he built because she is evil. She is evil. And I'll say it again: this conservative movement is fractured. It's fried. Whatever it is. Okay. Republicans are on track to lose the midterms. They were actually trending in the other direction until Charlie Kirk was murdered. And this is the point, isn't it? The most effective political assassination in history. And thanks to the likes of the vile cunt Candace Owens, she has turned Turning Point into the perpetrators of the crime that was against them. I don't get paid by any of these people. I'm not on good terms necessarily with Turning Point USA. They didn't invite me to their stupid event. I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Oh, it's a stupid event now.
I started criticizing Candace. I'm not going to your event. I'm over all of this shit. The last thing that I need to deal with is a bunch of cowards in conservative media refusing to stand up to her. Megyn Kelly, come on. I appreciate the kind words, but come on. Such fucking pathetic bullshit. You know, and I get people saying, Tim, you know, thank you so much for talking about it. I don't care. I'm not doing a favor for anybody. I'm not doing this to benefit anybody. Nobody's paying me. There's no fucking Russia. There's no fucking Israel. There's just me sticking my neck out and then risking dying for what? A bunch of cowards that don't want to stand up to protect themselves? People like fucking Candace Owens?
I couldn't believe that she put you in the thumbnail.
What a fucking cunt.
Her piece today.
I'm done.
The idea that she'd imply that
Okay, I've had enough of him. He's disgusting. So much to say. I mean, my first thing is, why was he saying what her house setup is like? God, if something happens to Candace, Tim, you are responsible at this point because you just said she has no security. She's open. Come on, what do you think? What's your thoughts? Because I know you have mixed feelings on Candace.
I most definitely have mixed feelings on Candace. Let me just get this out the way very early. We know she's a Coonribian. Anyway, the thing though, Tim Pool, like, This doxing people, I don't like that shit. Don't be doxing people or trying to put people in danger and type of shit like that. Cause it's like that shit is not cool. I don't really like that at all. But this is me not protecting Candace Owens at all because, you know, at the end of the day, she used her Caribbean bias not to talk about Caribbean things, but she'll shit on Black Americans. And now She's changing up her stance to talk about a different type of thing at this point. And I see the grift. I think all these motherfuckers grifting. Get your grift on, y'all. Do your thing. Shit. Get your dough. Get your money.
I was just gonna say, what do I need to do to make that much money?
What's up? What'd you say?
I was gonna say, what do I need to do to grift that much money?
You're gonna have to find that rich man that we trying to help you find, Kimberly.
Yeah, but you see how these people are like, they flip all
What,
on and off. They're inconsistent.
I'll say this. This is the fastest way after all the research, extensive research I've been doing throughout the years. The fastest way that you could gain an audience, just be anti-black. Boy,
Really?
your
You think
audience
so?
zooms through the roof.
That's crazy.
That's what I've seen, that if you want to gain an audience quick, just be anti-black as hell. But I think Tim Pool kind of wrong for this and shit. And you feel me? He kind of lightweight doxing her in a sense. And I will say Tim Pool was right that the conservative party is very fractured right now. We're seeing it play out in real fucking time.
I agree.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But I don't think the conservative party is fractured all just because of these commentators. I think it's fractured because we're not hearing from the top down. If you know what I'm saying, Donald Trump really has not addressed what happened to his friend, what happened to Charlie Kirk. It's not very clear what happened. We've been given dibbles and drabs of the investigation that they did. So it leaves a lot of questions. Now, granted, I understand there needs to be a trial first, but this is opening it up for all this chaos and confusion and rumors and this and that. And I'm not 100% on Candace's side. Let me be clear, because she like, oh, today is the day I'm going to tell you something important, and then you don't hear nothing. So I see their point on that. However, the attack on Candace is real, and I don't like him doxing her. I agree with you, Kamal. Kim, what's your thoughts?
If a man talked like that about me, I would be so flattered. I would be so flattered. I must have done something right for a guy to talk like that about me. I would honestly be esteemed. That esteems my ego. I don't know why he's that upset at her. I think especially if your job is to make opinion or commentary, you shouldn't be that upset about other people's opinion or commentary. A lot of these subcultures of like commentators and stuff really take away from like the actual things that we should be commenting on. So I think the worst kind of distraction, void of any real substance. It's just people bickering back and forth. And for what? Like he just went off on this whole rant trying to dox her. For what? And I'm familiar with Tim Pool. He really does need to wash that beanie. I agree, Kelly.
Dirty ass beanie.
Yeah, he's
Candace claims that the reason why he's crashing out like this, Kim, is he's having financial problems.
I was about to ask.
Yes, he can't sell his business. He can't sell his properties. I don't know if you guys remembered. I will say this time last year, like maybe a few months before this time last year, like around September before the election, it came out that his boss was being paid by Russia, the people that
yes, I remember that.
Yeah, and then he also was hanging out with old Netanyahu a few months ago and was and I'm not going to comment on that necessarily, but he was taking a tax for it. So his credibility has been shot a little bit, and I'm sure his views are down. Kamal, as somebody that's been doing this a while, what do you think?
I was really about to ask that. I was about to be asked y'all, like, y'all really think that them conservative dollars is drying up for Burberry? I think that's what's happening though, because it's like
I think
it's
so.
a lot of finger pointing at just certain individuals within the conservative party, which they're very fractured right now, and you see it, but you see who's being top dog and who's like falling off to the wayside. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, but I think the biggest thing is he's now taken it to the level to stage an attack. That was the other thing. We touched on that yesterday on the Man Cave show on Monday night. Shout out to the Man Cave team, where he staged an attack. And I have this clip I want to play to you guys because this is wild. He claims that someone tried to take him out. I have two videos I'm going to play. One is by conservative commentator Cam Tigby. He claimed he called the sheriff's office. Let's hear what they said when he investigated the attack.
Sheriff's office sorry. I got tongue-tied. Sheriff's office.
No worries. Hi, this is Cameron Higby. I just wanted to call and verify receipt of a report that should have been filed with you guys, or an incident.
Okay. Do you have the incident number?
No, I have the name of the person and the incident. So there was a shooting in Tim Pool's compound, and I wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of that. It would have been last night, so it would have been the night of 12/5. It might have been reported the following morning.
Thank you for holding. I'm so sorry.
Yep, no worries. That's totally okay.
Yeah, we just got bombarded with an issue here, so.
I totally get it. No, you guys have more important things to do, I'm sure.
Okay, so it says here it was a third-party caller that called it in.
Okay. And what road did you say that was?
Oh.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Cool. Just want to check if that would be the right road. So it's a third-party caller, and was it that incident I described where somebody drove up and kind of just shot at the place?
Yes.
Amazing. Okay. Well, I'm glad that's on your guys' radar, and that was in, right?
Yes, sir.
Amazing. Okay. Thank you so much for verifying that. I appreciate it a lot.
So, guys, if you guys recognize him, it's because he was the individual leading the protests on the HBCU not long after Charlie was assassinated. They did this tour where they were going to these universities, and they went to about 4 or 5, and one of them was at HBCU, and it didn't go very well. So, Kamal, if you recognize him, that's who he is. Do you believe this call? Because I'm going to play another clip after. Before I play it, do you guys believe the authenticity of this phone call he just did?
Are you think it's possibly fake? He faking the funk?
I'm gonna play the next clip.
Oh, content over everything. Grifting all the way. I might have to change my grifting all-star team. You feel me? We got the top 5.
You think he filed an incident report on what?
So that guy, Cam Higby, is nothing to do with this. He's a conservative content creator. He went in the chat. You see, they're talking. He went to Dearborn, Michigan recently. He was one of the people you saw. He also went to the I don't know if you remember, Kim. You weren't on our team at the time, but he went to the HBCUs, and he was the guy that got ran off. You remember the video they made when Charlie first died, and they were like doing the debates. So that's who he is. He also had a stuttering issue recently on Fox News. So people were making fun of him because of it. I'm not justifying that.
That's
I'm just
right.
describing who he is. Yes. So let me play this other clip and then we could respond. This is the other content creator who claims he called, and this is what he found out.
Deputy Hutchinson with Jefferson County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, hi.
What can I help you with, sir?
So my name is Adam. I go by Adam the Angler online. I run like a very small content creator, accounts on like X and YouTube and whatnot. Anyways, Tim Pool had put out a post on X on December 6th around 8 a.m. saying that there was a shooting that took place at his compound, I guess, his residence / business.
Okay.
I have a possible address but I'm not 100%. But I just wanted to call and just verify that he has contacted you guys, like he said, because something about this just doesn't add up to me. So yeah, I just wanted to see if he's being honest or not, basically.
I mean, the only shooting I'm aware of is the murder that we had up on the mountain last month. I'm not aware of any other shootings.
Okay, yeah, no one would have been hurt necessarily. He said in his post that it happened around 1 a.m. on the 6th of December, saying that someone approached his property and allegedly fired 3 shots. But then he said what's that?
What's his name?
Tim Pool. He's like a fairly large content creator. He covers a lot of like geopolitics and whatnot.
Okay.
And so I believe he lives within your jurisdiction, as far as I can tell. So I just
So there are no calls associated with him. A report was taken. So.
I'm sorry. Say that again. You said a report was taken.
I said I just ran his name in local. So if there had been if he had reported a shooting that we responded to, in Jefferson County, it would have shown up in my system, and when I just ran his name, there's no calls associated with the shooting. Yeah, there's nothing for shootings and when I run his address, there's nothing coming up for it, or his name.
Huh. Well, okay. I appreciate that. We'll see if he produces something more on this alleged shooting. Because he's literally put nothing out other than saying there was a shooting and that he was in contact with police. And I've called you guys. You haven't heard of anything. And I even just talked to an officer with the Harbors Ferry PD and the Incorporated City part or town.
So y'all remember Jefferson PD? Did he stage it? Did Cam stage it? Did that guy the cop just not know? Cam, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know enough about either of them, but that call was really, really annoying. It was like way too long. I think he's trying to prove a point. They're both trying to prove. Basically, Tim Pool on a live said 3 people shot him up in his house, right?
Shot up his compound.
Shot up
Because he has a compound. His chicken
Okay.
coop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then this guy's calling his bluff.
Correct.
Yeah, both of them.
Okay. I think maybe Tim Pool is full of shit, but maybe this guy's also faking the phone call. I don't even know if did he call the police department? I'm not sure if they would give out information like that.
Come on, would they? What do you think?
They'll tell you that a report was made.
Oh, okay.
They'll at least just tell you that. They don't really got get in, but they could be like, yeah, a report was made of this incident that happened on this date in this place.
I'm inclined to believe Tim Pool is lying. He probably, like we just said, is losing a lot of money, wants some attention. Well,
He like a hoe. Let's be real. Let's call it what it is. He's trying to get attention.
yeah.
This hoe seeking behavior.
True.
Like, come on now. Like Tim Pool, bruh. You got just take your L like a man, bruh. You lost out to Candace, Nick Fuentes. You feel me? You got hand over the conservative torch, bruh. Nobody want to listen to your ass no more. Go back to feeding your chickens. Make sure they have some eggs and sell some eggs. You feel me? That's how I look at it. You know. So I think Tim Pool, I think bruh capping.
Mhm.
And it's kind of disgusting, but I ain't surprised.
No. I mean, yeah, he's really going hard at Candace. He lost. I mean, he took a shot, he didn't win. And I just think he's doing this for attention. He likes attention because it's money. And then I'm gonna let this be the last clip we play. We do closing thoughts. This was the final thing where he said some pretty disgusting things and what he thinks about what's going on.
It's Charlie more than Candace Owens. Let me say that very, very clearly. I want to say it straight to the camera for all of her biggest fans, and then she can grab this clip and put it on her show. I do think it's absolutely hilarious that we're substantially smaller shows than hers, but she brought us up anyway. So thanks for saying my name, Candace. No one hated Charlie Kirk more than Candace Owens. She reviles him, she spits on his grave, and she smiles while doing it. Okay, quote over. And I'll say this because Charlie spent his life building out these organizations. Candace is doing everything in her power to tear them down. She hates Charlie. She hates what Charlie built, and she wants it to burn. She hates Charlie's family. She hates Charlie's friends. She's accused them of killing him. She's accused his wife of having knowledge of these events. And then she comes out and says, I never said that. Not in the literal sense, but there's literally no other logical conclusion to what you're saying. So when I look at Colvett and Bowyer and Blake and Erica and the people who work at Turning Point, and I say, you know, maybe they're not handling things properly and they don't know what to do what Charlie was doing. There's fears that Turning Point can't make it without Charlie. All of that is them trying to make Turning Point survive. Candace is advocating you abandon Turning Point USA.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's a lot. That's crazy.
Mm.
I don't even know. This is a lot.
You know, sometimes when I'm like, you know, going through it, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, my life is a mess. And then I see people say shit like this, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing that bad. I'm doing okay. I'm not crashing out like this. This is pretty weird. He's going through it. He needs some friends. He needs some real friends to tell him like, hey, my homie, stop going off on rants like this on a woman. You look dumb.
Unhinged.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think like let's not be fucking stupid out there, yo. Candace Owens most definitely loved Charlie Kirk. Let's not be dumb. Could she
I
be
agree.
kind of somewhat grifting off his death? I think a lot of motherfuckers is from Candace to his wife. I think everybody around him is grifting off his fucking death, but that don't
I
mean that
agree.
his ass. I think Candace Owens loved him. You know what? I'm gonna get. You said I could play the sounds, right?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Okay, hold on. I'm about to get into my conspiracy bag real quick. I think Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk had a certain type of relationship.
Mhm.
If you get my drift. Yeah, I think they had a special relationship. You feel me? I put my tinfoil kufi on, and that's what I think. So I think Candace Owens did love this man more than we can imagine. All right. So Tim Pool off the hinges, like, you know what I mean? He just trying to get fucking content, bro. He just trying to say some bullshit. That's all I see. But hey, shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Y'all funny. Some of y'all funny as hell. I see y'all.
Yeah. Woo! All right, guys. This was a good show. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna start with some closing thoughts. Kimberly, let everybody know where they can find you and what your closing thoughts are.
Am I on the thing? Okay. I'm mostly on Instagram. I love talking about stuff. I will say a lot of the times when I see people like this festering in like the lower levels of emotions, right? So like in like the hierarchy of emotions up to enlightenment on the very bottom are like anger, fear, apathy. And a lot of these podcasters, when they go off on rants like this, there's a really good book called Letting Go by Dr. David R. Hawkins. He quotes Jesus on there. It's a really good book. It just talks about letting go of those lower level emotions so you can reach the higher levels of love and peace and all these. That's what we gotta do. We gotta let go of our anger, our fear, and all that so we can think clearly. Because a lot of people, including Candace, including Tim, have things to contribute to the conversation. If we're getting lost in a lot of this, it's a distraction and it's not contributing much, especially if, as a conservative, I'm not a conservative, but my conservative friends who are going off on Hinge like this, you're making it worse. You're not helping yourselves and you're not helping your movement. So I think just as Americans, maybe read a little bit more. Also, I will say a point that I thought about after. If his house really was shot up, he's a streamer. He has 100 cameras. I'm pretty sure he would have posted something about it to prove a point, or even when the police showed up, right? I'm pretty sure he would have posted, not just said it like that on the side. And then also back to the conversation about Nick Fuentes. I don't like Nick Fuentes. I don't like his face. I don't like his tone. I will say he's better talking to when you engage with him seriously because you'll really get at his thought process. And I think if somebody would have engaged the conversation about his father in good faith, you would have caught him off guard. He wouldn't have gotten so defensive like that. And maybe we would have gotten to the bottom of it because I think that has a lot to do. His upbringing has a lot to do with how he ended up. And there are like little kernels of truth to things he says here and there. And I think that's why people are drawn to him. And then also just observing I'm gonna finish it, but I got through half of the debate. Wasn't really an interview, it was more of a debate. And I think these are two really good debaters. They each have they're both very intelligent people. So I think it was a lost opportunity to really actually get to like a deeper, maybe understanding. It's not to say that people are not unredeemable. I think possibly, maybe everybody is redeemable, but there's a certain way to go about it. And I don't think that was it, but it was fucking hilarious. And I agree with Kamal. Just like how I say Trump is hilarious, I think Nick Fuentes is really fucking funny. And he needs to get laid, my homie. He needs whatever it is, woman, man, whatever. He needs to get laid.
Oh Lord, not laid. Oh Lord, come on, you gotta follow. That was pretty funny. What's your closing thoughts?
That's hilarious. You feel me? First of all, I like this. You know, just us three was having a combo. You
Yeah,
feel
it
me?
was nice.
The flow was good. You feel me? Shout out to
Mhm.
Kimberly. Y'all go follow her. She on Instagram. And you on TikTok too, right?
Yeah, I need to be better with TikTok, but I do have a TikTok.
Okay, she on TikTok too. Go follow her on there. She's more active on Instagram. And then the new party, I got the link pinned to the top of my chat. Y'all go follow and hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. Also, if you want to follow on my end, Kamal Johnson Network. I saw a couple y'all over there watching from over there. Do appreciate y'all. Hit your bird with a sub. Also hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. First of all, Ernest Jennings, I hope you fucking trolling, bro. Like some of the shit you saying in the chat is asking. He was like, they're both married with children. Why would they have an affair? And they both are very open about being Christians.
Oh my God.
What?
I beg your pardon?
Okay, I guess Christians don't cheat and have affairs. Second of all, I'm gonna talk about Tim Pool first. Berber's off the rocker, and let's be real, the conservative MAGA dollar ain't hitting his pockets the same, so that's why he going after Candace Owens. You feel me? This is no way of protecting Candace Owens. She's still a coon at the end of the day. You feel me? And yeah, they got their own fight that they gotta handle. So do what they do. Y'all keep doing it because I'm gonna keep laughing over here at y'all infighting. Now over to Pierce Morgan and Nick Fuentes. I still gotta watch the rest of the interview. I'm more than halfway done. Pierce Morgan, man, bro, you push back the most on Nick Fuentes being on these platforms, but we saw how hyped you was over one situation over another situation. When it came to us black folks, you feel me, you were kind of like mild mannered, you was cool. And then when it came to the Jewish Holocaust stuff, that was the first time I ever heard an English person say fuck. And I watched John Oliver way back in the day. And you know how raunchy John Oliver is. That was crazy. It seemed like Pierce Morgan was ready to fight Nick Fuentes over that shit. But let's get to Nick Fuentes. The spicy honky. Berber funny as hell. Yeah. He funny, but his goddamn talking points, he's a double talker. 1 minute he's saying people ain't racist, white folks ain't racist, then the next minute everybody racist. Oh, okay, Nick Fuentes, which one is it? Then the next he like, oh, the blacks need to go to jail. Pierce Morgan, what about Kanye? Well, Kanye's a nice guy. I don't think Kanye needs to go to jail. Last time I checked, Kanye was fucking black. Even though he be borderline with that coon shit too. Nick Fuentes, at the end of the day, I think Burr Griffin, get your grift on, Burr. Nick Fuentes should not be taken seriously. Like he even said it himself. He just try to rile people up. That be the thing. So you gotta clown his Norman Bates face ass. That's the only way you win against somebody like that, because he coming in initially trolling. And like what Kimberly say, this is what most of these motherfuckers do good. They'll tell you one truth and mix it in with 3 lies, and everybody be like, "Oh my god, yeah, this is most definitely." No, he just fucking lied. He told you one truth and mix it in with 3 lies. All right. And the last thing I gotta say is that Nick Fuentes, you can't be mad if somebody brings shit up that you done said on your podcast. Cause you said that shit about your daddy with that halfway funny joke. I mean, the Red Lobster, I was like, all right, bro. But yeah, it's like, bro, you said it on your podcast, and Pierce Morgan bringing this up to be like, is this where you get some of your racist tropes from? So it's like, bro, you can't be mad, especially when you go after everybody and anybody. All right. So I hope Mop Top Head finds the man of his dreams. I mean, what the fuck am I talking about? Modern Games, bro. Can you slap this man cheek so he can settle the fuck down? God damn. Y'all, come on, man. Come on, man. I'm just like, man, Myron Gaines and Nick Fuentes. Take Nick Fuentes' booty virginity and marry this motherfucker so then he could be happy and stop focusing on us black folks. All right. That's all I gotta really say, you feel me? Keep on grifting. Get your grift on.
Get your grift on. Guys, this was a really good show. Shout out to the new party team. We were the Three Musketeers tonight. If you come back, you will see a full balance on the left to the right. So we had the perfect mix. Kamal is apolitical. I'm more right-leaning, and Kimberly is more left-leaning. So you had a good balance of conversation tonight. But I'm going to talk to the internal division on the right tonight. We definitely saw that. We saw two extremes tonight on the right. We saw the folks that like Tim Pool, that are usually the Israel first folks, to the folks that are liking Nick, anti-Israel. So that's really the division that I'm really seeing on the right. But people keep saying what's going on inside the conservative movement right now. And honestly, it's simple. No one attacks conservatives quite like other conservatives. The biggest battles aren't even with the left anymore. It's happening in-house, different factions, different influencers, different agendas, all fighting for the same microphone. And that's the problem. The right isn't losing to the left. It's losing to its own echo chambers. Everybody's talking, nobody's listening, and the loudest voice becomes the one that divides, not unites. Conservatives are united in what they oppose and, how we oppose things, but divided on where we're going, okay? Where are we going? Because if we don't get it together come 2026, it's going to be a blue wave. And I keep saying that. I keep saying that we need to get it together because it's about to be a blue wave. So I need everyone tonight, when you're having a conversation with someone on the right, when you're on the right, don't be focused on speaking. Be focused on listening. We all have the same kind of questions right now. We all want what's best for our country, and all this attacking and infighting is not going to get us there. But anyways, shout out to the new party team. God bless. Good night and stay safe.